Hey, morning. So how's the whole working from home thing going for you? Good? Okay. So I have this new project and I need your team to present for our company, right? You need to close this deal with China for us. No questions?
I got it.
Good. Okay, I'll send you the link meeting and I'll be waiting for your good news.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I'm going to talk about the benefits of working from home for the company side and the employee side. First, I'm going to talk about the company side. First, we have higher productivity, less absenteeism, talent pool, and less expenses. With higher productivity, some studies shows that working from home results in higher productivity, retention, and satisfactions of the employees. With talent pool, we got employers can choose the best of the best for employees from anywhere in the world. And with less absenteeism, now people can work from home, so they don't need to commute or prevent them from illnesses from outside because of the coronavirus as well. Can stay safe and work from home. With less expenses, companies now do not need office spaces and office supplies. As of now, people can work more digitalized and using Google and cloud. And now for the employees, it means broader job opportunities. They can work for anyone, anywhere around the world, especially for freelancers. And that means they also have flexible working hours and arrangement. As the time frames might be different from the other parts of the world, they control their own work time. And they don't need to commute to any office spaces. And that will also lead to more money to save. And that's all the benefits of the employees and the companies.
According to Badan Pusat Statistik Indonesia, 39% of employees have been working from home since the beginning of COVID-19 pandemic, 35% have been working from home while still occasionally going to the office, 7% still go to the office as usual, while 19% stated that their work make it impossible for them to work from home. A survey done by Lembaga Ilmu Pengetahuan Indonesia shows that 78% of employees claim that they were able to maintain their productivity while working from home. While companies were forced to quickly switch to remote working, the remote working is now getting more and more acceptance among companies' executives. Survey done by the Conference Board reveals that 77% of HR executives in the US believe that the trend toward remote working will continue even 1 year after the COVID-19 substantially subsides. Going forward, we believe that remote working will become even more common even after the pandemic has passed due to two main reasons. First one, as we all know, when habit is formed, people are reluctant to change. As we are getting used to remote working and realize its benefits, we see that more and more of us are going to demand that flexibility even after the pandemic has passed. Second, there has been multiple studies about millennials and Gen Z, the Generation Z, demanding more work flexibility to achieve meaningful life and work on their own terms. And this trend has been growing even before the pandemic came. So this pandemic will just accelerate this trend. And in order to attract talents from this generations, companies have to incorporate this demand into their work arrangement option going forward to survive and thrive in this market.
Hello? Clarissa, can you check your email? I've sent you the files that you requested.
Oh, yes, I got it, Frishella.
What? Sorry?
From the short clip, we can conclude that there are several challenges faced while doing remote working.
First is getting distracted easily. Distractions can come in a lot of forms, for example, pets, babies, and so on. Second is the difficulty in building a solid team. Remote working comes with a lack of interaction, which can be a detriment to team building, which is usually built during lunches, meetings, or even water cooling conversations.
Third, coordination and communication become tricky. When doing remote work, we communicate with our colleagues through digital channels that are adopted by the company. And sometimes the people that we are communicating with are unresponsive to those channels, even during office hours. And this will impair productivity of the teams and make them to not work smoothly. And fourth is maintaining security. When transitioning to remote work, companies often do a shift to the cloud, and this somehow open the companies up to more security risks, breaches, and also hacks. And this is also because employees often mix up personal and work data in the same device, and this will often make the data to be attacked through online hackings.
Oh no, it's almost time for meeting.
Oh, it's almost time!
是啊，这是林鸿胜。晶晶，别忘了下午2点半有会议啊。好啊，再见，谢谢。Now I'm going to talk about how companies conduct remote working. First of all, before adopting remote working, companies should consider the feasibility of the remote working itself, because it cannot be denied that jobs such as Chinese tutors can be done at home, while jobs such as inventory counter officer cannot be done at home. Next, one thing that a company should consider is the readiness of the employees itself, because doing jobs at home can be a very different experience for some employees. And companies themselves should consider whether they are going to provide facilities such as corporate laptops, or they let their employees use their own laptop. So next, I'm going to talk about remote working from 3 perspectives, which are operating perspective, human resource perspective, and also training and development perspective. In operating perspective, companies should be able to determine which platform they are going to use to communicate, whether they are going to communicate via Google Meeting or via Zoom Meeting. Next, from the human resource point of view, companies should be able to determine the most suitable criteria, because remote working might require a lot of different skill sets. Meanwhile, from the training and development perspective, companies should be able to choose whether they want to provide an in-house training material, or they're going to use an online training platform material such as Coursera or edX. For example, in this video, this is one of the example of an employee that conduct Chinese language training and also data analytics training via the Coursera platform. In conclusion, before conducting remote working, companies should be able to determine whether the remote working is feasible from every point of view. Oh, it's almost time for meeting. It's time to go.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain about the best practices that you can apply while working from home. The first one is you need to maintain your productivity, and this can be accomplished by having a designated work area in your home where you can avoid distractions from your surroundings like sounds or your family members. And we would also recommend you to plan a routine or do a to-do list and try your best to stick to that routine. You can also use your to-do list to avoid procrastinations and working at the last minute. The second one is you need to stay connected with your colleagues or your employees, and this can be done by holding frequent, regular meetings through Zoom, and also you need to ensure collaboration with your teammates, and this can be done by using shared documents for your work, which can be done by Google Docs, Google Sheets, or Google Slides. This is to make sure that you are staying connected with your colleagues and you are also improving the sense of belonging with them. And last but not least is you need to keep growing and develop your talent. And this can be done for employers by encouraging your employees to join online webinars or online training programs. And employees should also try out online learning platforms such as Coursera or LinkedIn Learning, which are free and their schedules are also flexible, so they can be done at any time you want and whenever you have your free time.
Oh, I think it's about time for me to meet my clients and team.
Okay, so I think everyone is here, right? Cool, nice. So if we're all set to go, let's meet the client then.